Yeah, I'm a little out of it.
No, you're good.
A hell of a night. Okay. So we're live. Let me double check the audio. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3.
Hello, hello.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Is there anybody in there? All right.
There you go. Okay. All right. That new computer works so much better. That little tiny one.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, it's just so much better.
Not if you can hear me.
Do me a favor and turn 1 and 2. Pull them down to about halfway, if you would, on the board.
I'll pull these down?
Yeah, to about halfway. That's plenty. That's plenty.
All right.
Yeah, there you go. That'll work. That way we're not overtaxing it.
Yeah. Good morning, Cody Goodman. Good morning, Jamie.
1, 2. Okay. All right, cool. All right, Cody, Artie, Jamie, what's up? Good morning, Wimitanye. Nod. Okay, here we go, guys. Let's do it. Hey there, hi there, ho there. How are you? Welcome to BWAAA, King of the Hill podcast. I am Mike, and I
am Rusty.
Still
Rusty.
So, my wife went to the grocery store the other day, and we got these little orange juice boxes in our order, and we're not charged for them.
Oh, cool.
But I have figured out that this is my favorite way to drink orange juice is out of a tiny little box.
Yeah, no, I like little boxes. Little boxes on the hillside. Little boxes made of ticky-tacky.
Did you watch Weeds?
I did watch Weeds. I didn't catch it until season 4.
Yeah.
So I'll binge watch to season 4. And then I realized, there's more seasons to this.
Yeah.
But I got to wait.
Yeah.
So
Weeds was good.
I had to watch it with the show after that. But yeah, it's pretty good. Milfweed.
I liked when she she started using the tunnels and stuff. I mean, that was
it got a little extravagant. Yeah, it got a little crazy.
All right, guys,
and then she became the one who knocks.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right.
Yeah. Well, that's what it reminds me of, is a more friendly,
comedic,
calmer version of Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Which I watched a documentary.
What documentary?
I am subscribed to Channel 5 News. Channel 5, 55. What is that guy's name? I
don't know, but he does some
Crip Mac. I was talking about one of the guys on his deal. But he did an interview with the lady who owns that Breaking Bad house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I bet that
she was friends with a TikTok star called Danny Duncan. And that's how he got to be able to. He used Danny Duncan as a segue to get in, because she doesn't really like people at all.
Yeah.
And I kind of don't blame her,
because I bet.
So what I would have done, I think there would have been a way to mitigate this. So at one point, people were throwing fucking pizzas on her roof.
Right.
So the city of Albuquerque had to come in, and they covered the cost of it because it was causing her problems, but they put a fence to where people couldn't get close enough to throw the pizza unless they just had a wicked arm.
Right.
So what I would have done is I would have had a fence or something put up so people couldn't just throw, but I would have had a booth set up, and I would give you a plastic pizza.
Yeah,
so you could get your pizza picture. So you could throw your plastic pizza on the roof and get a pizza picture, and I would just have a steady stream of that all day. And it's from 5 to 5. From 5 to 5, I'm throwing, or for however long you want it to be open. I understand that would be taxing on the neighborhood. It would be taxing on the neighborhood and stuff like that. And it was cool because he actually went and talked to one of the neighbors in the area, and he was like, well, what, he said there's a lot of traffic and stuff in here. And he goes, and he was like, yeah, it's kind of a weird neighborhood to live in because of that. He goes, but the lady's really nice. And he said she gets a bad rap on the internet because, if people came to your house in droves, hundreds a day, you would probably get pissed too.
if I'm not mistaken, when they at the end of Breaking Bad, when the fence is actually around the house and all that stuff, I think that's real. Because like at the very end of it, he finally goes back to the house and gets the.
What's even worse about it is the house was only used in the TV show. The outside of the house was used.
Mm-hmm.
All the inside, they got sound stages for anything that's got like an indoor setting. They've got sound stages for it. But
because they can control it.
Yeah. Welcome to BWAAA, the Breaking Bad edition.
Think about trying to. Yeah, you're right, Artie. The first one's free, and that's how they get you. With the orange juice, that house has become iconic. I would imagine that a lot of things in Albuquerque have become iconic, like the hot dog stand.
There's a few houses that end up getting sold like that. The Goonies, people who had the Goonies house sold their house. Actually, that lady herself, they said they were never going to sell, but she has recently said that she's willing to sell, but for like 4.5.
Oh, I would imagine.
I think it was like 4 or 5 million, something like that. Yeah.
There is a guy. There's a guy that works for us. His name is Matt Mull.
Yeah, Matt.
And you've met him. And he has an app that I've been helping him get out on the markets and stuff, and it's called Scoutmaster. This Scoutmaster app, what it is it's basically a giant searchable database of where things have been shot. So, like, if you want to go see the Freddy Krueger house, you look it up, it brings up the map, it shows you what was done, all that kind of stuff. And what he wants to do is get into AR so that like you point your phone over there and you could go pose with Freddy in front of the house and stuff like that, which is a really great idea.
That's a great idea. Honestly. I imagine it'd be a licensing nightmare, but other than that, it's a great idea.
Sure.
Yeah.
But as it sits right now, it's still a great idea because you can see everywhere where things were shot all over the place. I mean, that's kind of cool.
It would be cool to see what films were filmed in this area and located. There was actually one, Charlton Heston, wasn't it? I think, or something like that.
It was.
That was done at the Round Bank. Before they tore it out.
Yeah.
Which I hate the idea of tearing out things. They didn't make it ugly though. I'll admit that that bank. We had this bank in town, guys. It's really iconic.
It was just round.
It was a round bank, and it was just like a really big deal when they built it.
All right. We are at season 14, episode 4.
Episode 4.
This is
the watch along.
Chore money, chore problems.
Chore money, chore problems.
We are going to watch this and comment as we go.
We are.
And then once we get done with this, we will be going back to season 8 after the new season. And then when season 15 comes out, we'll do the same thing.
Yep, we're going to do the same thing. We'll pause wherever we're at. We probably won't make it. I bet we don't make it. Well, no, we should. We should make it through season 8 before season 15 drops.
Yeah, I would think so. Unless they're just super fast on it.
Well, that's the thing is when do we get this one? August. So, honestly, Mike, I don't think we get through it in that amount of time.
Okay. Well, that's fine.
Is there 20 weeks in between? Because we still got, what week is this? Week 4. We've still got 6 weeks of this.
True.
And then after 6 weeks of this, we have 28 weeks. Hold on. 23 weeks of the other show. So that's 23 and 6. That's
29.
That's a lot of months. 29 months.
29
weeks.
29 weeks. Yeah.
29 weeks, not months.
All right. So we are, like I said, season 14.
Not a mathematician.
4, chore money and chore problems.
Can't spell neither.
We are currently at the Hulu Presents screen. So if you wanted to start this along with us, you certainly can.
This along with
us. But we will be pausing as we go and just talking about things that happen.
Yeah.
So here we go. Hopefully you guys can barely hear that. I'm not super worried about being taken down.
Yeah, no, they haven't taken anything down. Everything has stayed up.
I mean, we're not showing the entire thing.
We're not showing anything.
Yeah.
And
we are radically
the only thing it really affects is how we sound on the.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's good.
Yeah. That book over there with the radio tower on it.
Yeah.
Matt Mull wrote that book.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. Pretty smart guy. Not just because he wrote a book.
Have I met him?
I think you have.
It's not Matt that works in the that works up
it's
here.
It's not
right?
Matthew. No,
not Matthew.
No,
okay.
It's Matt.
Matt.
I've
never met a Matthew that just goes by Matthew. Every Matt I know, every Matthew
Matt.
I know just shortens it to Matt.
Yeah. No, he goes by Matthew. He does not like Matt.
Oh, he doesn't like it short. I didn't know that.
And the other Matt
doesn't like Matthew. He likes it
short. Which is great because that works for us.
Yeah.
All right, we start off with Hank. He's climbing the ladder to get to his gutters. And there are no leaves in the gutters.
There's no leaves in the gutter. One leaf.
So poor Hank, he has nothing to freaking do. He goes to WD-40 some stuff.
Yeah, he realizes there's nothing at all to do.
That is a change because you remember the big WD-40. He had the small WD-40 can
to open the big WD-40 can.
But those said WD-40 on them, if I'm not mistaken. This one does not.
I don't remember what they said on them, to be honest with you. It might have been squiggles.
All right, he's timing the water.
He's checking his water flow.
0.4 seconds off the drain time.
0.4 seconds off drain time. How bored you got to be in life that you're timing the drain time on your sink?
You got to be pretty freaking bored. Yeah,
that's next level boredom.
This whole thing is about the fact that Hank doesn't really want to be retired.
No, he doesn't.
This whole. She is watching a British reality show.
Yeah,
the Makeup Bake Up.
The Makeup Bake Up.
Aren't they all naked?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's like, but it's making fun of the Great British Bake Off.
She said they're making a pastry pie or tart. Oh, and they're naked.
I don't know about the naked part.
That's what she said.
Oh,
they're
that's what she said.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that. But no, I know that what they're parodying the Great British Bake Off that they have on Netflix.
I love on the captions how it says Gen Z guy. That's what they attribute the speech to. Guy, Gen Z guy. So they are working on their relationship while baking and all being naked. There
ain't nothing wrong with baking naked.
Have you ever watched the Naked Bakers on YouTube?
As long as you don't accidentally bake your penis into a pie.
Have you seen that?
No, I haven't seen the Naked Bakers on YouTube.
Making pies.
That's crazy. They blur everything, or is it?
Usually,
because there's guys like see with YouTube is if it's educational, you can have That's how some of these yoga women get away with doing naked yoga on YouTube.
What always kills me is
free porn on YouTube. Yoga naked.
That or like nursing things like that.
That weird pregnancy kink stuff. Yeah.
But the thing that always gets me is I always think back to Office Space, where the guy on the other side of the wall in the apartment was like, "Hey, check this out, man. She looks just like your girlfriend." Here's that breast exam video.
Yeah, the breast exam video. Yeah.
All
That's a good one.
Up doorbell. Here he goes. He's got something to do. Boomhauer. I got 5 different nail guns.
I couldn't see why you would need 5 nail guns.
Because you're Hank. I mean, that's really the only reason.
I didn't realize there was that variety in the nail gun industry.
So
you could have 5.
He's working on Chore Chimp.
I can understand 5 different brands. Yeah, he's working on Chore Chimp.
Chore Chimp.
The whole premise of this episode is kind of funny to me. The fact that they're making fun of millennials, saying that we need comfort from boomers.
Well, yeah,
pretty much what it's saying.
It is kind of saying that.
You hit something. We lost action here.
What happened?
But yeah, so that's kind of like what I thought was kind of funny about the premise is saying that we all need that like assuring older father figure or whatever it may be, head of state. Here we go, guys.
Yeah, we're gonna
hell yeah, that's a good one.
Here we go.
Is that the one I think? No, it's
not
the
one with John Cena.
I was thinking of Enemy of the State, the one with he recently passed away, really gruesome. Gene Hackman.
Oh yeah. So Bobby is trying to send the perfect text to Connie because he's still chasing after Connie.
Yeah, so we're kind of getting into the weird dynamic. We're going to get into like more of the weird dynamic behind their friendship, relationship, kind of whatever it's got going on. Well, because spoiler alert, like the way the show kind of goes on and kind of goes through their relationship and kind of explores that, did a fucking perfect job.
Yeah,
I was skeptical of how they were going to do it when we first saw that weird ethical monogamy episode or whatever, or ethical or whatever non-monogamy.
Ethical non-monogamy.
Hoeing on the high key hoeing or whatever you want to call it.
High key hoeing.
Yeah. But I was really skeptical how they were going to handle their relationship after they had kind of brought out the fact that she was with Chain Wasana Song and they had like this weird little relationship. But I like how they eventually explored it and kind of explored the fact that it's like we're not kids anymore. Whatever we had as kids is still there, but we can't, like, we're different now, so we have to like a different part of each other, even though our attachment with each other starts at that youthful age. They still kind of address the fact that, like, now they're grown, they can't connect based off of that same connection, even though they are connected by that connection kind of thing. I like the dynamic of it. I like how they explored it.
It was very well done.
It was very millennial.
So he's telling the guy in the kitchen that he ran into an old friend.
He's
trying to craft the perfect text so that
he's still thinking about it romantically.
Oh yeah, he just doesn't want to.
Nobody
admit
crafts
it,
a text.
No,
nobody crafts a text.
Or
maybe you do. If you craft text, go ahead and send us an email at BWAAA with a well-crafted text,
would you?
And or email.
All of my texts are with married 60-year-old meat suppliers.
Yeah, I'm not used to texting single ladies.
Yeah, he's pretty worried about the fact that these texts are bad. On the summer, I turned pretty. He's talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, she came in the door. What do you know? You say her name 3 times, she appears.
You're right, Artie. He might be a prick, but he has money and he is fit.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
He could be hung. We don't know. Google, is Chain Wasana Song hung for us?
I think you have to be one or the other. Either fit or hung. Very rarely.
Yeah.
Is somebody both.
Well, by that math, Chris Farley probably had a hog on him.
I would imagine he did. Yeah, I would imagine he did.
Oh, yeah.
And there he is. He said I couldn't fire him, but my dad could.
Yeah.
What a dick. And then that's the first time that Bobby realizes that they are
not kids anymore. Yeah.
Well, he didn't know that her and Chain.
Yeah, he didn't know about that relationship. You're right.
So here's where we find out. And in this one, Boomhauer looks old. By the way, he looks older. You know, it is funny to me that in this new version, we can understand Boomhauer more than we could in the old
A little
stuff.
bit more.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine.
But I'm sure that comes with age also, you know?
He's a little bit older now. He might have just woke up off of a NyQuil bender before recording this episode. You never know.
Michael is talking to Artie, but he's talking about how they do a good job later explaining why she's with him. And he said,
but all of that reflects on Connie.
It does
now.
all reflect on Connie. Yeah, actually.
Well, I think it reflects on youth. I mean, when you're that young, do you really just want to be attached to one person? You know, I mean, I know a lot of people have a yearning to be with one person at 22, but really at that age, like, you're exploring who you are as a human being at, like, in the adult world. You're still trying to find out what you like, what you don't like. Sure. And I feel like it doesn't really reflect anything negatively on Connie at all. I don't think it reflects on the nature of either person. I think it just it reflects more on the nature of just youthfulness.
Yeah, Luke's asking about Boomhauer's girlfriend. We're going to see her next season.
I hope so, Luke. And I'm not sure, but I
honestly,
hope so.
In the stuff I have for Friday, that's
I've reached out again to Wes Archer.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get an actual date.
Wes Archer, that'd be a great one. All right, so Boomhauer's over here talking to the lady who owns a house while Hank is out there doing all the work on this deck. Boomhauer's drinking a glass of pee while he's talking to her. I don't know what it is. It's yellow.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I'm assuming it's lemonade.
I'm gonna see if Wes ever emailed me back. I just
got to try a double load, he says.
Yikes!
Want to see if it'll handle a double load.
A double load.
She's gonna give him 5 bananas on the app, though. It's monkey food.
I got a funny. Go ahead and pause it real quick.
Yeah,
I got a funny quip about bananas.
Perfect 5 banana rating.
So I watch random stuff, documentaries and stuff online.
It's about the Chiquita Banana Company?
No, it's not necessarily about the Chiquita Banana Company, but it's something to do with bananas and advertising.
Yeah.
So bananas and advertising kind of go hand in hand with the Kellogg's company. So they needed to sell more bananas, and Kellogg's is the first ultra processed food humans in the United States consumed. Kellogg's is the first like mega ultra processed, like ground up, mealed up food that we eat, and so that's what it was. It was an advertising thing with bananas. They needed to sell more bananas, so they sold advertisements. The advertisement deal with Kellogg's was Kellogg's would say, "Hey." They'd already done advertising. Kellogg's had already done a big advertising thing to get Kellogg's in homes for breakfast.
Yeah.
With the breakfast advertisements.
Stop all the masturbation.
They did a lot of advertisement stuff with Kellogg's, and then the pork industry had their thing for bacon for breakfast. So the idea of breakfast was just like being formed at that time kind of thing. So that's what they did with bananas, and that's why bananas are seen as something to chop up and put in cereal.
Yeah.
And oatmeal is actually not something that you really should be eating at breakfast. It's actually not that good for you, as they say. It's really like
steel cut oats, man. Come on.
They say it's oats, but oats is meant to feed fucking livestock, not human beings. It's got a lot of sugar and stuff in it that's not really good for us.
Really?
Yeah.
Oats.
Well, you got to think of what does bread turn into in your body? It breaks down into sugar, right?
Yeah.
And that's what all oats is sugar at the end of the day when your body breaks it down. So it's like you're like 70% of it just breaks down into sugar or something.
Already says oatmeal enemas. There you go.
Yeah. So
all right. So
breakfast is a scam. They say the best thing to do is to eat, like to go as long as you can without eating when you first wake up.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Breaking fast. You're supposed to fast.
I love breakfast.
Eat a meal a day.
I
love breakfast food.
Some toast.
But breakfast food again is a commercial creation, just like modern Christmas, modern Easter, modern Valentine's, Mother's Day, Father, like all these things
just not modern Thanksgiving
to generate income and to stimulate the economy during those time frames.
Michael says apparently bananas are the most sold grocery item in the U.S.
because when I worked at the candy factory, a good 60% of candy that we would make would be just for Halloween season.
Yeah.
Just for that season. Or Easter time, around Easter time, a good chunk of the candy we would make
I would imagine.
just for those holidays. Without those holidays, all of those industries don't have those big
I would bet
booms.
They sell a ton of bananas just simply because bananas go bad so quickly now. You know, it used to be the bananas took a while to go bad. When I get bananas at the grocery store now, it's a couple days.
I get that's why I purposefully get the ones that are the almost raw as you could get. That way I could get them as fresh as possible because they'll sit there for a day or two before they're fully ready to eat after you get them when they're that green.
Well, they
just taste better that way, I think.
They're also a great way to get the runs if you eat the green ones.
And the myth they sold it with is it's high in potassium when it's really not. I don't know what the sources are, but there are better sources of potassium than a banana.
Maybe just potassium.
What I read. Yeah, man, you
take a potassium pill.
You could just snort potassium.
Snort it.
Actually, potassium, I've had potassium mainlined into my veins at the doctor's office in the ER, and it
and all you
burns.
Can smell is bananas for a week.
It burns it burns.
I bet it does.
It burns like hell, all because it goes over through all your once it goes in intravenously.
Why are they putting potassium straight in your veins?
Well, in one arm I had a regular saline IV drip with something else that they had put in it, and they had to mainline potassium into me because I was really low on potassium. My potassium was at dangerously low levels. Like I was my pee looked black.
My wife had to do the same thing, but she does it with iron. She's very anemic. Deficient. Yeah.
Well, I'm usually not anything. It was just that puke bout I puked.
It's true. I guess you puked out all the
well, that's what he told. Well, that's what the doctor told me is that I'd puked for so long that I had puked myself into a point where it's no longer just a physical puke thing. I had puked out everything that my body had in it. He said, whenever you're sick like that, don't continue to pound fluids if they're just going to come back up every time. You go straight to the doctor. And I was trying to force water down my body for 5 days. So I was chugging water, but it was never in my body long enough to do anything other than to swill around and then come right back up. So,
at that point, you got to have IV fluids.
Yeah, no, I was at that point, and that's what they did. They put potassium in my vein, and it was orange, and it burned.
What we find out here is that Boomhauer is a really good listener.
He's a good listener and he's got some advice.
He's a decent handyman, but he's really just a good listener, and that's why he's got a 5 banana rating in Chorchimp. He does a job, and he's great to talk to. Hank is a little
he's
salty
focused
about
on the
this.
job the whole time and not on the and that's kind of weird about Hank. You would think Hank would focus on the customer service due to how he was at Strickland, but he's more focused about the job.
Well, I think what you're seeing here is that Hank wants to work so bad that's what he's really focused on. Right, so Bobby's trying to find out how long they've been together.
Pause real quick. Go ahead and say what you're going to say.
I was just going to say that I think Hank is so focused on working and keeping himself busy that the customer service thing comes second. Plus, he doesn't even know there's customer service here, honestly.
Okay, and then my observation for this scene here that I thought was weird is
and this is Bobby taking an order from Chain and Connie.
Yeah, Bobby acts surprised when he finds out that Connie and Chain are dating.
Right.
Acts like he had no idea about it. But how could he have no idea about it when his business partner is dating her? I could understand if it was just like it just happened that day or something, but the way they make the relationship seem is like it's something that's already been happening. And when she runs into Bobby in the previous episode, whenever she runs into him, it's like they had never seen each other, for years. So how could he be in a relationship with the business? How could she be in a relationship with the business owner, co-owner with Bobby, and not know at all that it's Bobby that's attached to that business with him? Is what I didn't understand.
It's the non-monogamy that comes into play.
They don't really deep dive into each other's lives enough. I don't
think Bobby wants to hang out with Chain.
I think it's just they're just banging is all they're doing.
Yeah,
is
that's
what it
really
makes
all
it
it
sound
is.
like. Yeah. Hank's last job must have been more executive than at Strickland. I'm sure there were no sales going in.
It's true.
In Saudi Arabia. I think he was. I'm pretty sure there's still sales going in Saudi Arabia. I think he was still in sales, is what they said. I can't remember. I'm going to look that up real fast while we're watching this.
He's trying to drill down into this relationship and find out if they're actually together, if they're living together, if they're just going out or whatever. Because he says, "Should I put your leftovers in separate boxes, or what do you?"
Oh, go ahead. It says he was assistant manager in charge of Arabian propane and Arabian propane accessories. Okay. So he was assistant manager of something.
I love how he's always assistant manager. That's the best. Two matchas. Are you both perhaps tired from a late night that you both potentially shared? All right, Hank's back at the gutter. Finally got some leaves. Boy, he polishes his gutters.
Yeah, I've never seen that before. That's crazy. Hitting it with a polish spray.
Oh, this is somebody else's gutter. So this is another
Chorchimp.
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia. Yeah, Luke. Good morning, blah, blah, blah. Welcome to the live stream.
And again, he is talking about it fell right on Boomhauer's head. He got knocked out.
Coming up at the commercial, you can watch two capuchin monkeys slapbox each other.
What?
I don't know. Just saying stuff.
All right, so she's putting a frozen bag of diced potatoes because she can't get no peas.
Yeah.
On his head.
No, I've been watching a ton of early Hollywood stuff. And it's just
monkey slapboxing.
Well, there was a weird silent feature that I'd watched that was just like a 5-minute video of two capuchin monkeys just slapping each other.
I love how Boomhauer still has that picture though, the one with the car up over the thing there.
Yeah, the same one. Yeah, it was Sally, the one that the guys drowned out.
The Camaro. Yeah.
That's the one that the guys drowned out, I believe. The ones that they threw in the quarry.
Oh yeah.
Is that the? No, I don't think it's that one.
I don't think it's. No, it looks like a newer one.
Yeah.
That actually may be a newer picture.
I do hope we get more about the Hills navigating Saudi Arabia. Yeah, I agree, Michael. I hope we get more of that. Yeah.
Ancient people used to give themselves concussions because they believe it got them closer to God.
Yeah.
That's what Dale says.
Well, they say a lot of it was attached to psychedelic drugs.
Sure.
They say that's where humans gained their consciousness was from psychedelic drugs.
So Peggy's willing to take care of Boomhauer because he's all concussed.
I don't know if you read books, but I have to find the title of the book. But it pretty much discusses the connection between the human consciousness and mushroom usage in early humans.
So Hank is pretending to be Boomhauer now, and he's going to go do his chore chimps.
The chore chimps. Chore chimps.
Miso trout dip sounds awful to me.
Miso trout dip. Any kind of fish dip is a little iffy to me. I like fish, though. I'm real big on the McDonald's fish sandwich.
Really? We went and ordered some chicken sandwiches the other day and got 2 fish sandwiches.
Man, I would have been in hog's heaven. If you made that kind of mistake, that's not really a mistake for me. I would have enjoyed that.
So you like the filet of fish? Huh?
I don't mind the filet of fish. I really don't. I could eat the filet of fish at least every time I go. I get 1 filet of fish.
Is it real fish?
It's real tasty. I don't know if it's real fish, but it tastes like
it's like saying the McRib is real.
It tastes real fishy, fish-ish.
All right, so he's trying to pump up Bobby here in front of Connie because he's a real great boss and he's handsome. He calls him the catch of the day. Emilio seems like a nice guy. He just
I like Emilio.
He just misses it just a little bit, you know.
I like Emilio.
Yeah,
I do.
Connie, obviously, she's obviously not super proud of going out with Chain.
It's not her vibe, really.
Yeah.
Chain is not like her kind of person.
He just has an 8-pack and he's
probably
that
hung.
guy, and she's at that age.
Hung with a wallet. Young, dumb, full of cum.
You got a chain coming from it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Does his Shane hang low?
Shane wobble to and fro. All right. He did not get what he wanted. Bobby is still in love with her.
Daniel Krause, welcome. Yeah, she is very
and I really
comfortable defending his relationship.
Oh yeah, very much.
Well,
so,
she
Dan.
knows that Bobby knows Chain, and she knows that the restaurant guy right there knows Chain. So, Bobby beats off to Connie in secret. Probably.
Here's what I don't understand. Why
probably been doing it for a long time.
He has to. Hank has to be taken aback by the fact that people would hire somebody just to put up a curtain rod, because that seems like the simplest thing possible.
But he doesn't understand that it's really not people
right.
wanting those things. It's
not about
something else.
Rod.
And I've kind of experienced this. So in England, the trades are still. I am from England. In England, the trades are still like in full swing in the sense that instead of just having one guy that's like the contractor that does every little tiny thing.
Yeah.
You have a guy that'll do windows. You have a guy that'll do cabinets. You have little repairmen that you call and they'll come do these small chores for you. It's still a real big thing in England. Like it's a real big thing. So I was at my aunt's.
It's like
it was literally just a hinge on one of her fucking cabinet doors.
Really?
And she had this guy fixing it. And I was just sitting there talking to him. And she's real sweet. Oh, would you like a cup of tea? And, making him tea and all that. And getting him like a little snack to bite on or whatever. And he just fixes a hinge. And that was the end of it.
Huh.
They did the money exchange, shook hands, said some pleasantries, and he left. But I was talking to him and I was like, you're fixing just a hinge?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah. I was like, how much are you charging just to fix that hinge? I said, I don't really care. I know she's my aunt, but I know she's got money, so I don't really care how much you charge her. I'm just curious as to how much money you make if you go around and you just fix one hinge, every 20, every 30, 40 minutes you're throughout your day, and you got a hinge every hour you're changing. He goes, man, 60, 70 pounds just to change one hinge. That's 140 American dollars to change a hinge almost. I mean, the exchange rate's not that good anymore.
Yeah, but it's still at $100.
It's still $100 at least. And I was just like, you're changing out a hinge for $100. I told my aunt, I was like, hey, you could have just gave that to me and I would have fixed that. I said, all he did was literally tighten like 4 screws.
Luke says Bobby beats off to Connie in secret. I watched a video last night about a guy who rents himself out as someone who does nothing. So it's a guy in Japan, and he got fired from a job where his boss told him, you have done nothing for this company. You do nothing for this company. We're letting you go. And so he took that seriously.
Yeah.
And now he rents himself out. This one woman has rented him out 270 times to just sit across from her
while she eats
and eat supper or a meal, and then they both get on their phones and they just sit there.
She might as well marry him. That sounds like most married couples sit across from the food. And Big Fan Guys, Black Ridge official. Big Fan Guys, we're a local Pittsburgh rock band.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, shout out to Pittsburgh.
Black Ridge, send us a link to your stuff, man. I will. I would love to see you. That would be 14. Great. And I do love up and coming bands. Absolutely. Do you guys tour? If you tour, I want to talk to you about that too. Thanks
cool.
for being
Black
here, man.
Ridge official. Great. Thanks for hanging out.
70 pounds
Daniel
of a cup of tea.
Luke, Artie.
All right, here we go.
Blah blah blah. Everybody else. Thank y'all.
All right, so he is at the Chore Chimp
Michael
thing,
Luke.
And the woman with the baby answers the door, and this is not about a curtain rod. Because obviously Boomhauer's already been there.
Well, that's what. Now pause it real quick.
Yeah,
I don't mean to keep pausing it. She said, "Are you as good as Boomhauer?"
Yeah.
And it was a woman answering the door. So my head went instantly. Is Boomhauer?
Yeah, please email me, Blackridge.
Is Boomhauer banging these women?
I don't think that's banging the women.
Well, when she said what she said, it just was like a boop. Like, are we about to be in one of those weird situations like he was in with Miss Liz?
When you watched it the first time, you probably thought that.
Yeah, because it's like the Miss Liz thing. That's what I thought. True. That's what in my mind, like Hank tried to fix that thing for Miss Liz and she tried to throw herself at him. I thought Boomhauer would accept. Boomhauer doesn't have to say no. So I was thinking Boomhauer was running one of those kind of things.
Blah 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 says that's where their mind went.
Yeah. I mean, everybody. I mean, it's not off topic to go that direction. I don't think. I think it's topical to assume that Boomhauer's in there smashing.
Yeah, she was talking about his 5 banana rating.
Banana rating.
He's got the big bananas.
Come on, there's a lot of innuendo here.
My computer's about to die. We better get through this sucker.
Yeah.
Eric, this is Hank. So he's in there folding clothes and all this stuff, which is great, I guess. But again, he's talking about how he doesn't sleep, how their relationship is screwed up, all this stuff because of the baby.
Yeah.
She broke her vibrator.
God damn.
I know one man in that room that does not want to hear that. He doesn't want to hear about your vibrator. Do you have kids? Yes.
How hard you got to ride that thing to break it, though? God dang.
Well, she did say they went 63 days. So, I mean, it's 2 months.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, I guess there are guys in jail that go more than 63 days.
Some of them go 2,363 days.
Sure. So all he wants to do is talk about these curtain rods. He doesn't want to talk about anything else.
They use Jolly Ranchers as lipstick. Yeah.
Yeah, all he wants to do is
Artie
talk
said
about
it's
that.
a massage wand. Yeah.
A massage wand. That's right.
Massage these nuts.
So he only got 2 banana rating.
He only got 2 bananas
because he wouldn't talk to him about their relationship.
He wouldn't say a word.
Those curtain rods were taut and true. Goddamn, just shitty Peggy.
No, I like her.
I bet I could have done too.
Nah, this new season, Peggy's better. I like her.
Oh,
we're loving Peggy again.
She got her feet fixed.
She got some nice perkies for an older lady. You got they didn't put no sag in them.
She got a.
They fixed her feet and didn't put no sag in them.
She could be wearing that industrial strength bra too, though.
Man, there was more sag in them in the original season.
Really?
Yeah, there's somebody that's on Reddit that's a sick fuck doing comparisons.
My dog
is I guess I'm the sick fuck reading them.
Well,
I had to find it. I had to show it to you. It's funny as shit.
There was
somebody completely compare that. Well, they were what it was a comparison of the character models, but when they were comparing Peggy and the women, it would kind of got a little out there.
There is a difference between watching bum fights and participating in bum fights. So, it's it is a little different just reading about it.
Oh man, back in high school, I would have paid $40 to watch 2 homeless dudes fight. Especially if that after the end of it, we all got to drink beer together. That would have been awesome.
Sure. So they have this across from Bobby and Joseph. There's an apartment over there where these 2 people are often seen eating and loving and all this stuff, and so they make up these stories about them. They have no idea whether any of this stuff's true or not. And this is something that me and my buddy Casey do. whenever we see people, we always make up these backstories and stuff.
Oh, I do that too.
We're not really
people
making
watching,
fun of them. We're just
you're not making fun of nobody, but it's just fun. Yeah.
Well, the nice thing is for Joseph, he brings food home to him all
or
the
like,
time.
Hey, look at that guy over there with that haircut. He looks pissed. I bet you he's so mad at his barber. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
He brought him basically like a big sushi burrito. You see that?
It looks good, whatever it is. I'm hungry.
And Bobby got a hamburger.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, a big-ass seaweed-wrapped ball of rice.
He just wants Connie and him to be friends, is what he really, really wants. What does he want? What does he really, really want?
Yeah, full of shit.
Karaoke tomorrow night. So she's inviting him out to something. So he gets super excited about this one.
I love it.
Which he doesn't really need to get super excited about it, but and then of course Joseph is always like, yep, that's it. Gosh, talking about adulterers' infidelity about someone they watch from afar. Gee, I wonder if that is foreshadowing for allegory or for anything. Maybe. It could be. Very well could be. So he's back at the Two Banana House.
Well, pause real fast.
Yeah.
I like all the kind of innuendo they kind of put in, like subtlety that ends up not being what you think it would be based on previous actions of characters. So like Boomhauer here in this scene in particular, I think that Boomhauer is going to be having sex with women. And then there's another scene.
He is. I think you're going to find out that he's pretty faithful to his girlfriend.
Yeah, for sure. He's definitely faithful. That's what I'm saying. And that's just what I'm thinking, just based on the character before. Like you get these predispositions. And then there was another scene too where it's Nancy and John Redcorn like adjusting themselves in front of a camera.
Well, she says, and you're like, tree got me in the head while we were working or whatever.
Yeah, and then they're standing in front of a camera together, and you're like, are they making, like, are they going to have is this going to be the OnlyFans reference? Yeah. And then like they bring out Dale or something, and Dale's like okay with this because it's like a money thing. Well, and then I didn't know, because you don't know how far they were going to go with like the black comedy. I didn't know how
Dale
far they were going to go in that direction.
I mean, that's
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And with it being more adult, able to, because this feels more adult, this series, than the other one did. It feels a little more mature or whatever. There's some themes I wouldn't want a kid to see in this, more so than I've seen.
Well, like we talked about last week. They had to take a lot of the F words out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, all right. So he's questioning them as to why he only got 2 bananas. I am on the Nancy and Redcorn not back together, but it seems like it. Yeah, I agree. When it comes to customers, the most important mile is the extra one. He's going to do some more chores just so he can get that 5 banana rating. Doing the grout on the floor.
Yeah, redoing the floor grout.
Yeah.
That's a crazy task.
So he finally gives in to telling these people how things are going and all this stuff, and
he finally realizes what the money thing is.
Yeah, talking about the baby latching on, and
which we get to hear an intimate part about Bobby.
He shudders before he says Bobby wouldn't latch.
Well, it's an intimate part about Bobby's. And
I know.
Don't. This is something you never hear about him.
The best mother in the state of Texas.
5 bananas.
Immediately. I love how he's got a polisher. He's got. I can't imagine that Hank has anything but all the tools
you need.
That you need to do anything. Well, if he's got 5,
he's got money.
Oh, he's got 5 nail guns. He's got all the tools.
That's why when you call Hank broke, just look at his tools. He ain't broke.
No, he ain't broke. Hashtag UT. Oh, UTI. Yes, that's exactly right, Hardy. So they're doing shots. Bobby showed up for the karaoke.
Yes,
and what he doesn't realize is that Connie brought a friend for Bobby.
Yeah, brought a friend.
They get up and they sing karaoke together. Bobby thinks that everything's great.
Situation.
Yeah. One night without you, never live without you. When alive would that be?
Oh, I need you in my arms. I need you to hold.
I love this part though, where they go back to them dancing at the middle school dance and stuff. That was cool.
Without you.
How do I breathe without?
I always thought Peggy was modeled after Jewel. Not Peggy, Luann.
Poor businessman at the.
I always thought Luann was modeled after Jewel.
Jewel, huh? Really?
That's who she always reminded me of for some reason.
Weird teeth, Jewel?
No, I don't call her weird teeth, Jewel.
She's got weird teeth.
No, she accepted that she was a beautiful woman and she didn't have to change herself for nobody, and she left her natural
still got weird
self.
Teeth.
They're not weird.
Hey, they're awful. They're kind of weird.
They're just.
You got a thing for Jewel.
Jewel's teeth.
You got a thing for Jewel. Is what I just saw.
No, I like her music. She is. Hey, when she was coming up, music, huh? Yeah, when she was coming up, yeah, she was hot, man. She was hot stuff.
You like what's her name? Bjork also?
No.
She's got a weird everything.
Yeah, whatever her sound is not for me. Yeah.
I like dogs.
Yeah. Yeah, she's not I never noticed Jewel had teeth. I hope she's got teeth.
They left a video for a response talking about how great Hank was. The problem is they talk about how
they tell all of Hank's business.
Artie says he never noticed that Jewel had teeth.
Yeah,
that's
she's
a good
toothless.
one, Artie. That's a very nice job. So the unfortunate thing here is that they talk about Peggy had trouble with Bobby latching on and all that.
Yeah.
Peggy is mortified
that Hank would tell all her business out there.
Yeah.
But
UTI,
I don't know why she would
latch on, all that stuff.
I don't know why she would be extremely mortified. She shouldn't be.
Because they are who they are.
I really wish they would have gave Hank and Peggy some kind of influencer stuff. Like Hank is like a handyman and makes videos for YouTube or something.
Yeah, it would have been kind of cool.
Or Peggy does Spanish videos, but they end up being comedy because she's so dumb. Not dumb, but she doesn't know Spanish as good as she thinks she does.
That honestly would be a pretty decent thing.
I think that'd be a good premise. I think it'd be too obvious though, so that probably won't be something.
That could be, yeah.
I think that's what it is. Too obvious. It's too easy of something to do.
He's not good at opening up like that.
No, he's not. He actually suffered.
Oh.
If you enjoy his suffering, email us at BWAAKOTH@gmail.com.
So she's really trying hard to get Bobby to go out with this girl. And Bobby's just not interested because he is still in love with Connie.
He is still madly in love with Connie. Watch Connie in the background while she leaves to go get more drunks. Bobby and Ola are alone. She whips around when Ola laughs and then moves so she can watch them out of the corner of her eye.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, she does right here.
Yep. She's watching her handiwork. She's trying to get her friend.
And honestly, if I'm Bobby, I'm going for Foxy Brown.
Yeah, honestly.
I think Connie might have lost that spark that night because I'm going home with Foxy Brown if I'm Bobby Hill.
Foxy Brown.
That's what she reminds me of. She looks like Foxy Brown.
Peggy has told way more people about Hank's narrow urethra, people he knows, deals with in person. That's true, Artie, but we all know that it does not go both ways with those two.
All right, guys, put a 1 in chat if you're going home with Ola over Connie.
2 if you're going with Foxy Brown.
That's Ola, right? That's her name?
That's Ola?
That's Ola, I think is her name.
Well, let's say 1 Connie, 2 Foxy.
Okay, one Connie, 2 Foxy. There you go. Put a 1 in chat for Connie and a 2 in chat for Foxy.
You're too nice.
We got 1, 2.
I don't care.
We got 1, 2.
2. Daniel says 2.
He got confused. He had to get the hell up out of there.
Well, it's just not what he was set for.
No, he thought he was going 2 and 1.
Daniel says 2 and 1. That's good.
Bobby is a long-term guy. Now, I'm not saying if you're Bobby. I'm saying if you're you. What are you? Who are you picking? Not Bobby.
This is like 1 that night, 2 next time, Artie says. So Hank's in here talking about how he used the staple gun to try to get the diapers and all that stuff. I didn't really understand that story because it sounds like he stapled diapers to Bobby's leg. But
it's kind of odd, staples.
Yeah,
we've done safety pins, but we never did staples. I did cloth diapers with my two youngest.
Did you?
Yeah, my two youngest had
Did you
cloth.
throw them away once they shit in them?
No. Definitely not. They're too expensive to throw away.
I was not doing cloth diapers. There was no friggin' way.
Spent hundreds on them. They were it was expensive because you bought so many, but it was cheap because I didn't buy diapers for years.
I like how he gets into bed with the staple gun still in his hand.
Yeah, what the hell is he doing? I never noticed that.
He's got the.
I didn't notice that on my first watch
in his hand.
Like, what the hell is he doing?
Yeah. He opened up to her, and she likes that. So now we find out that Peggy is not as confident as she says she is.
Yeah, she's not.
Because she doesn't know what the hell to do with herself either now that she has nothing to do or go do. God, that is the worst answer you could give Hank.
That is the worst.
If he's like, what are we supposed to do about not knowing what to do? She goes, I think we should talk about it and work through it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And she knew all about it because he pried the staples out of the crib.
Yeah, that's insane.
But what's insane about that is that they haven't talked about it at all. You know, Bobby's
they never addressed it. Yeah,
mid to late 20s, and they've never even talked about it.
They never talked about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, she's there.
Yeah, she's there.
And she did not mean to ambush him, which I completely understand. That's good.
She's
just trying to get back into his life as a friend.
Trying. I think she's got more feelings that she wants to like admit most of this like scene.
He says Joseph comes out. Is the adulterers on? They're just watching those people.
Yeah, that's what I like to do.
They have nothing. They know nothing about them. They've just made this show up around.
Well, when I was 17, I dated this 21-year-old chick. I told her I was 18, but I wasn't. And I dated this chick for I don't know some months, but I stayed at her apartment pretty much the whole time that we dated. And I used to sit on the balcony of the apartment when she worked because I didn't have a job. I was just a 17-year-old bum.
Yeah.
And I mean, I worked, but I didn't work like a full-time job. I'd go do like side jobs and like just little odd jobs and stuff to make money. And I would just sit there like they were doing on her balcony, and I would people watch all day because I would sit there. She would be gone for like 12 hours because she had to take the bus because she was seizure prone, so she couldn't drive. So her commute was like 2 hours longer both directions than it would be in general. So her like 8-hour day was like a 12-hour day. So I would sit there for like 12 hours on the balcony just smoking weed and eating food.
Yeah.
And just watching people come and go at that apartment complex.
That sounds very relaxing.
It was chill. I enjoyed it. I recommend I wish I could have retired at 17.
So we get to the end of this thing and we realize that Connie just wants to be friends with Bobby just like he wanted. And so it actually worked out for both of them. So now they can move forward as friends again.
Yeah, it was sweet. They get to take it back to what it is, the wholesomeness of what their relationship is.
All right, tell people where they can find more of this.
You can find more of this on the back of your favorite cereal box. Now you can find more of this at BWAAA on all social media. And all social media, you can also
KOT.
Email is at BWAAAKOTH.
Yeah, and
at gmail.com.
I want to tell you guys, Michael, Daniel, Artie, of course.
Yeah, everybody in chat here.
Blah, blah, blah. Rusty, Blackridge, my new friend. Luke. Who else we got in here?
Cody Goodman.
Cody.
Jamie Bautista.
Yeah, Jamie.
Yeah.
Thank you guys all for being here. We really appreciate it.
And we'll still be here for Friday. So if you're tuned live, remember all live recordings are 2 episodes long.
Mine's going to look a little different, I think, because I'm going to have to do it on the phone, but that's okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we will see you guys again next time. And I believe there is one thing left to say, and that is
find out what happens next time on Dragon Ball Z. No, Wimatanye.
Wimatanye, indeed. Okay. I am going to add this because my laptop is going dead.
Oh, hell.
And I took the adapter home to work on another laptop, and so it's going to die on me. But I'm going to close this one, and I'll be right back. Hang on.
I'm going to reach out to the college in San Marcos.
Yeah.
And then after I reach out to them and kind of get like an idea of what we're going to be allowed to look at or even mess with or do, I'll get back with you, and then we could work on scheduling to get down there. I think we should find something to do that's also down, like whatever day we go. I think we should find something else to do. That's
sure,
San Marcos.
Yeah, definitely.
Like some kind of event or something that's going on. That way, it's not just us go to San Marcos just to walk around a college.
Well, my stepson goes to Texas State there also.
Oh, he does?
So we could definitely do something with art and the art school or something like that.
Something. Is that what he's doing down there? Some art stuff?
Yeah. He graduates next semester.
What is his
Fine arts.
Fine arts?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens there.
Oh, yeah.
I think he wants to teach.
A crayon dealer.
Which is cool. Yeah, well, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
But he does some really cool stuff.
Do they have people that walk? Do they have vendors like that for schools that go around to schools like, hey, I
would think so, but
we're with Crayola Incorporated, and we're
Crayola, but
we're trying to dump off. We got a Crayola deal here for you.
Kind of like the Snap-on guy.
Hey, I'm such and such with Rose Art.
Hey, you're gonna have to play the intro for us.
Okay, how do I do that?
Go over to where it says
Media assets.
Yep, and scroll down just a little bit, and it's that first one on the right-hand side. You see
this one?
No, there.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, intro.
All right, here we go, guys. We're gonna start a Friday.
And here we go.
Hello.
Hi
there. Ho there. Welcome to BWAAA, King of the Hill podcast. I'm Mike.
And I am Rusty.
He still is. I am doing this one on my phone.
My
laptop just died.
We've got the Mike's cup of coffee POV over here.
That's right. That's exactly
That's what his
right.
coffee cup sees before he puts his lips on it. There we go. All right, we're coffeeed up.
All right, so welcome to a That Ain't Right Friday. We talk about things that are adjacent to King of the Hill.
King of the Hill adjacent activity.
Of course, we are going through the new season 14.
We are.
We just finished episode 4 on Monday, and now we are getting to episode. Well, the next one will be episode 5, of course. And I've got a couple of things here that I wanted to bring up. I'm sure you have some other stuff, but this first article is from Alabama Life and Culture, which I think culture's probably stretching a little bit. But
we got a question here. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, go for it.
Do you guys have a posted recording schedule, or is it about this time on Saturdays? No, we don't have like a set recording schedule, just because our schedules vary. But Friday, Saturday, Friday afternoon, Saturday morning. I know you guys like to know, and I wish that we could have it on like a set day, a set time every single time.
We were supposed to do last night, and I had like a little family emergency pop up, and so I felt so bad because I didn't tell Mason about it. He had already come in here and set the studio up.
Oh, he did? Well, at least it was set up for today. Bad. It was pretty ready for this morning.
So this one is from Alabama Life and Culture. It says, Alabama guitarist instrumental in new King of the Hill soundtrack. So this is about a guy. Let's see what his name is. It says there's a pretty good chance you recently heard. What is this?
The Living Church, serving the Episcopal Church and the Anglican Communion since 1878. The virtues.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's pretty funny.
It came up in my aggregator. I have an aggregator that automatically aggregates all the King of the Hill news for me, and that was what was in it this morning.
There's a thing from what's it called? The new.
I'll read it after that. Go ahead and read your article, and then I'll read this after.
So it says, pretty good chance you recently heard this Alabama guitarist music playing in your home. Right about the time Peggy and Hank Hill returned to Arlen, Texas after a stint in Saudi Arabia. It's been 25 years now since Guthrie Trapp, that's with 2 P's, Trapp, a guitar prodigy from coastal Alabama, and moved to Nashville. He's carved out a solid career for himself since then. That includes recording and performing with the likes of John Oates and Billy Gibbons. That's pretty solid. The most recent feather in his cap is being picked to provide fresh incidental music for Hulu's reboot of King of the Hill. Small part of the show, but the snippets scattered throughout the new episodes help give the show a sense of place, set a mood for its happenings. Trap says, I'm just proud to be a part of it. I mean, it's kind of another one of those living the dream kind of surreal
Yeah, I think it's cool that they found like actual relevant studio musicians and just regular musicians, period, just guys that are doing music.
I
like to have Billy
agree.
Strings be a part of it and to still bring back the Refreshments. Like the Refreshments,
I hadn't heard anything from the Refreshments in forever,
and now they're back.
And Roll Tide. I think that this could give them new life as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Refreshments. I used to love the Refreshments. They've got this one song. It's about going to the crossing the Mexican border and stuff. It's a great song.
I never heard of them outside of King of the Hill. I never. At that point in my life, I wasn't researching music based on TV shows. Well, actually, you know what? TV show, we talked about this when we first got here, this TV show Weeds. That's the first TV show that got me into looking up the artists that were making music for the show.
Well, that's about the time that IMDb started hitting its stride also,
So there's that too, but there's another website that aggregates just music.
Nip Slip?
Is that what it's called?
No.
No, it's not. No, I know what that is. But no, I think now it's called r/celebrity butts. Something like that. No, but what was I saying? Damn, I forgot what I was saying.
My neighbor, a famous singer, R. Green, if anyone knows. I don't know R. Green.
Never heard of him.
But I bet
I've heard of Pat Green.
I bet we know their music. Yeah, we know Pat Green.
Pat Green.
Anyway, he says it's a small part of the show, but it's another one of those living the dream kind of surreal experiences. And this guy was born in Pensacola, grew up in Lillian, Alabama. He described that his by the age 12 or 13, he was paying gigs, which is amazing.
That is pretty good.
A couple years after, sitting with pros and playing. Anyway, he played with Patty Loveless and then with Jerry Douglas. He's been on the road a bunch, but this is really kind of his dream come true. He said he got a call from John Frizzell. It said, hey, man, Mike Judge just really wants you to do this King of the Hill stuff. And, man, one thing led to another. Now the season's out, and I'm all over the soundtrack, along with my trio rhythm section, and also put the band together for the acoustic parts of it. Of course, I got to say that Billy Strings has the outro theme music. That's what you were talking about.
That's what I was talking about, Billy Strings. Yeah.
The Refreshments still have the.
You know what he said? Billy Strings said about his career?
Yeah.
He said, I was either going to be a hillbilly meth addict or I was going to be a touring musician. He said there was no in between.
Yeah, I get that.
I like that when they say that, because I really don't think that that's like what would happen to people. Like, you're not going to become a dope head, meth head just because you don't choose to do music. You might be. Who knows?
Maybe those were the two things presented to him at that time. I mean, he's an
Appalachian guy. There's not much in Appalachia.
That's absolutely true.
It's crazy too. Like, the one thing that kind of like disappoints me about like how people think about that region of the world, they think it's just a bunch of idiots and stupid people and stuff like that. When like really, without the Appalachian mountain music, we don't have modern country music the way we have it either. And like a lot of blues music and a lot of like cultured music and stuff comes up from the Appalachian Mountains.
Well, those are some of the smartest people, but they are street smart, basically. I mean, not streets, but you know what I mean. They
can live off the land.
Not necessarily book smart, but they are smart.
Well, there's even people out there that are book smart.
Okay, cool.
What do you call him?
He said Rally Green, Rally Green. Country singer. All right. So anyway, really great for this guy who was able to do that. I like the fact that they gave him credit for being the guy who did all the.
I typed in Rally Green. He can't be that famous because all that came up for that was Rally Green SW archive paint colors Sherman Williams.
But I'm sure if you could send us a link to his music.
No, I'll find him. He's right here. So there's Riley Green. Is it Riley Green? Not Rally Green.
It could be.
That's probably who it is. It's Riley Green, right?
Oh yeah,
Riley.
Oh,
Green.
I know that guy.
I've heard of Riley Green actually. Yeah.
All right, second thing I've got here, and I'll kind of let you take over. It says King of the Hill fans still want answers. 7 questions after the new season. King of the Hill's revival still has quite a few questions that need answering. This is by Evan Valentine. Honestly, I don't know what site I got this from.
Oh, I know exactly. He's got this song that I listen to all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's called When She Comes Home Tonight. 5 a.m. out the door, 8 hour, maybe more, something like that. I don't know.
All right, so
it's all good, Rusty.
This was posted August 21st, 12:30 p.m. If you need to know that. King of the Hill's 14th season has become a massive success. Anyway, it goes on and goes on, but this is by comicbook.com. So here are the 7 questions that we still want answered.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Where are Luann and Lucky now? So that's one of the big questions.
We do want that, yeah.
Yeah, it says the voices, of course, we know that they both passed away. Still, at no point during the latest season is ever revealed what happened to the pair and their daughter, Gracie. Should the franchise come back for a 15th season, we have to wonder if the status update any of these characters. I would love to see, if nothing else, I'd love to see Gracie. I think that'd be kind of cool. That's a good way to introduce that. I think
so.
Maybe
too.
she comes in and she falls in love with the kid that Boomhauer is now stepfather to.
Maybe something like that.
Yeah. What happened to Strickland Propane? That's the second question.
Yeah, what happened to Strickland Propane?
Yeah. Even with Hank and Peggy's return, along with Buck making a comeback on Hulu, the story of what happened to Strickland Propane and ultimately lured Hank away remains a mystery. Is the company still in operation? Will Hank maybe get tired of retirement and return to his alma mater? I would like to know those kind of stories. And I like the fact that we did. I just had those papers right in front of that.
Yeah.
I like the fact that we were more worried about getting us used to the characters again and just easing us into this is the way that their world is now, rather than answering all the questions. But in season 15, I would love to get some answers to those questions.
Yeah, I'd like some answers to some of these questions too. They kind of that it's kind of unfulfilled in that sense. And I think like the reason why a lot of it is unfulfilled, I feel like they created this show kind of not, I wouldn't say blindly from what the fan base is kind of asking, but I feel like it was in that sense there was a little blindness to it. There's a interview, I guess, with Pamela Adlon that I'd watched, and she was kind of talking about Kathy Najimy, and she was saying that for the last 15 years since the show ended, that anytime there's any mention anywhere on whether it be a comment in a thread or it be a little rinky-dink news article, she would always send it to all the cast. Really? Anytime there was like a little tidbit about King of the Hill coming back, or people want a revival, or people want this.
Yeah.
So she would always forward that to everybody.
So Najimy was probably
the
one who
really loved King of the Hill and wanted it to come back so bad that she was literally
that's great
trying to bring it to fruition by just anytime there was a spark or inkling of a conversation, she would always bring it to everybody's attention what was going on. And that's the thing is when a show is lit to come back, a lot of these voice actors don't know until it's time to go in to do the job.
Sure.
All the behind the scenes business stuff is not something that they're generally attached to. But this article that I found here that I wanted to talk about.
Well, hang on 1 second. I got a couple more questions here.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Where are more of Bobby? Where are more of his school friends? And I've already asked this question.
Yeah, Clark Peters,
Stuart Dooley, like that. Yeah,
I would like to see some of those guys.
I would love to see that. The next to last, the penultimate question here is: does Bobby know about Joseph's real dad? I personally think he does.
Yeah, he does.
In the one where Bobby gets a horse,
he goes like that to the yeah.
We got a comment here that says, wonder if Thatherton bought them out. He may very well have bought out Strickland.
I don't know that he bought him out. I wouldn't think Thatherton would buy him out. I think what would happen is
he might have won them in a poker game.
Huge company came in and bought them all out.
Could be.
That's what I think, because he always bitched about Megalomart being the death of small business, and it wasn't the final nail in the coffin. Because when King of the Hill ended, it was at the final drip drop of family-owned business.
Sure.
It was like the last remnants in 2009, from what I recognize or remember, of locally owned family businesses. You still had locally owned video rentals in 2009 and stuff like that. That was like the end of that. It's like when all those the last little video shops were shutting down. Like in Belmead, they had that one that turned into a bread store around that time in 2009. So that's what I think.
I bought the Last Flicks out in Robinson.
Yeah,
turned that into
So it's just like I feel like that's what it's all about for like the Strickland propane thing and the Thatcherton thing. I feel like those are the last remnants of what was owned, like the Lane Prattley dealership and all that. I feel like that's the only thing that might still be family owned is the car dealership because of how legacy car dealerships are. So I feel like big companies came in and they bought Strickland and Thatcherton. They're just gone. They just went the way of the dodo.
It might be a Megalomart propane dealership.
It could be a Megalomart dealership, or it could be like a Megalomart deal where it's like pipeline propane to Megalomart.
Or maybe they just started selling so much propane that they just went out of business. That could be it also.
That too, yeah.
Who's still alive of the older characters? So we're talking like Tilly's husband, Chuck, people like that.
Oh, they'd all be dead.
I would imagine they're all dead at this point.
Or very, very old.
Where is Boomhauer's girlfriend? And we're hoping that in season 15 we get to see her and understand more about that relationship. Michael says, do you think the break helped King of the Hill come back stronger? 15 years was longer than anyone wanted, but a break allowed the show. I absolutely agree with that because like I've said before, I think that they had squeezed just about everything out of King of the Hill by having 22, 23 episodes every season and all that. I think this rest really allowed them to come back super strong.
Yeah, I agree with Mike to an extent. I feel like a rest was good and kind of needed. I feel like it's kind of like with the Futurama reboot and with the Family Guy reboot and all these other shows that get re-picked up. I feel like some of those shows get picked up a little faster and a little too fast.
Yeah.
And it doesn't end up like the quality of the show kind of deteriorates. King of the Hill deteriorated long before season 13, in my opinion, about the quality of the show that I personally enjoyed. My favorite is up to about season 6, season 7. After that, and to be honest with you, and I'm going to let the audience know now, the rest of King of the Hill from here on out, man, I just don't have the intimate knowledge of it that I have for the first 7 seasons.
It's all right. We'll get through it.
But
the nice thing is we do every bit of the show, so it'll come back to us as we go through it.
I think it doesn't matter if it was 10 years or 15 years or 5 years or 7 years. Yeah. I just think they had to stop for a little while. What they stopped for ended up being a flop, bag of shit show.
The theme was great, but other than that,
the idea of it was great. Yeah. But I feel like,
well, I'm just talking about the theme music.
Well, the problem is you've got a middle-aged white man running a show about a black family, and I think that's the killer. It's like having the PJs, the cartoon, the PJs, being about Eddie Murphy, bits and pieces of what Eddie Murphy's childhood or whatever his life growing up might have looked like.
Adam Scott.
But imagine if like Adam Scott was running the PJs.
Yeah.
It doesn't really fit. Well, I feel like that's what happened with the Cleveland show. Really, it was like
what's the same thing?
The audience they wanted to capture, they couldn't capture because it's a middle-aged white guy trying to tell them what's funny.
Well, we've also run into that with just voice actors and all the things. I mean, you do want those people with the different perspectives. Plus you want the representation. And so I think that only makes sense.
Well, I feel like when shows like Family Guy spin off and they try to capture a minority audience like they did with like the Cleveland show, I feel like it's just really hard to do that when you don't understand your audience that you're trying to capture. And I feel like that's what the Cleveland show is they tried to capture something they didn't really have a lot of understanding about. And it just missed. It could have been great. It could have been funny. It could have been hilarious.
I got to wonder how much of a minority.
It could have been the next Proud Family or something. I
got to wonder how much of a minority audience you have watching Family Guy to begin with.
More than you would think.
Maybe so.
Quite a bit. But Family Guy and the Cleveland show are two different things.
Yeah.
In the respect that Family Guy is nothing but it's just a joke pretty much. It's just a constant stream of jokes. I
would love to see
Cleveland show didn't really hit the weird, Conway and here's Conway Twitty. They didn't do all that shit in the Cleveland show.
I would love to see Family Guy be over and Seth MacFarlane really start concentrating on movies and things because he is a very funny guy. He's a very funny guy, and bringing back Naked Gun and getting such a great Rotten Tomatoes.
He needs to do some stuff on that. He needs to do some more. He needs to stay in that lane for a little while and kind of explore that.
Make another airplane.
You know,
movie,
and that's the thing is how attached is he really to the show now? Anyway, it's probably a mill now. It's probably no need for his input too much. But the two guys that I'll always appreciate and I like, big huge part of my childhood and a part of like my comedic tastes are shaped by these two guys, Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the fact that they can continue to put out that show and continue to piss people off in 2025, like, come on, guys, y'all know who these guys are. These guys have been making this shit since the 90s, and y'all are still getting up. People are still getting upset.
Did you see Basketball, the movie?
No, I haven't seen that.
Oh, you should.
Is that them too?
It's their movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen their movie. No. I knew they did a movie. I didn't know what it was called.
Well, they did that, and then they did Team America.
Oh, yeah, I've seen Team America. I know they did Team America.
Basketball
and Team America is absolutely fucking hilarious.
It's a great
too.
Movie. Yeah,
that's absolutely hilarious. And
it's
to think, you know,
and how many people do you know that still say America?
America.
Yeah, you know?
And not only that, the mediums they choose to do their art. So, like, for those of you that don't know, the original like beginning of, it's all digital now, but the beginning of South Park is all construction paper.
It was hand cut. Yeah. Hand cut stuff.
It was all construction paper glued together and stuff like that to make scenes. So you got to think, not only is it like a stop motion animation,
Basketball's great.
It's kind of stop motion animation, but it's not clay or anything 3D. It's all 2D stop motion with cutting. So they're drawing the characters, cutting them out. And for each scene, you got to think they have to layer all these. It's just insane.
Well,
I really appreciate them a lot.
It is. You know, it's stop motion animation, basically.
But think of how many little, like for just one scene, think of how many Cartmans they would have to cut and paste to make that one scene work.
Hand-drawn animation and stop motion, that gives me the freaking willies, man, even thinking about doing it, because it is so tedious.
And you know, honestly, going back and watching some of the early animation, early. I've been watching a lot of early Hollywood stuff, and I'm finally finished with like early Hollywood history. Now I'm going into early Hollywood animation history.
Yeah.
And that's like looking at some of the concepts and some of the stuff that they were doing, and I'm
like
just
the
thinking,
rotoscopes and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and then taking film and blowing the film up and tracing the cartoon character over the Cab Calloway motions to get the motions of that ghost or whatever that's doing that dance.
Yeah.
It's just real crazy stuff that you got to really appreciate. And again,
then
how can people get mad about?
And then it kind of pisses you off when you see the Disney stuff where they've taken their characters and just redone them as somebody else. Exact same movements and everything.
It doesn't really make me mad because I understand it to an extent. I understand that there's some scenes that they did that way. They did that with there's a couple of scenes in Jungle Book and the Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Baloo and the bear, John, Little John the bear. Because he was actually a really big bear, but it's Little John, and they have those two comparisons or whatever, where they're two scenes out of those, like 2 or 3 scenes out of those 2 movies are all similar, Jungle Book and that. But I mean, it's a cost thing, and they were making really great movies. But this quick article that I wanted to, I'm not going to read all of it because it's a really long article. But I think you should email this guy, honestly.
Okay.
He's the assistant priest at the Christ Episcopal Church in Tulsa.
Okay.
So he's in Oklahoma. His name is Omar Cisneros, and I think it would be cool to have
bring him on as a guest.
Yeah, just to have this discussion, the virtues of Hank Hill. So pretty much, I've read the article for you, and I'm going to kind of just break it down to make it a simpler term. I'll read this next Friday.
This article at?
This article is at livingchurch.org/covenant/the virtues of Hank Hill.
Okay.
But really, it talks about how he always tries to do what's right, not for credit, not for guilt, because good men do good things, that kind of thing. It's that concept. And my favorite concept that he does talk about here is how he talks about how Hank doesn't really discuss faith a lot. He doesn't really talk about faith too much. He doesn't really, he doesn't openly discuss it a lot. He does obviously go to church.
Sure.
They do grace before meals.
Sure.
He obviously cares deeply about the people around him and his friends, and he wants them to do good and be taken care of, and he tries to help them out when he can. But one of the things is that Hank does not necessarily, and this is something that I'm not religious, but this is one of the reasons why I wasn't like, and one of the reasons why I struggled with it as a youth was I saw too many people inside churches telling me that they were Christians, not living their life openly and truly, and they would hide and they would do these things, these things that they would judge others for behind closed doors. Like I used to drink with this guy at parties on Friday nights, and then Sunday morning when we go to church, it's all like he was like a vocal leader in the church, and it's all like condemning this and condemning that, but like you're feeling on this girl and drinking and stuff like that on the weekend, and it's okay to sin. I'm not saying it's not okay to sin, but it's you got to be upfront with who you are, kind of thing. And a lot of people are hide behind that Christianity.
Well, you're living
thing.
a double life is what it is.
Yeah.
And that's a problem because I mean, even if you just read the Bible, it's that's in there. You know, you can't live a double life. It says, I think religious people are the best hypocrites myself, and you got to have faith. You do have to have faith. Now, what you have faith in is up to you, but you do have to have faith if you want to have any sort of hope for the future.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what they talk about is how Hank is a humble person and everything. I want to read this article, but not this. I'll read it next week. Read the whole thing,
sure.
Because we've already kind of.
I think it's a great idea, though.
I like the idea of it for sure.
Somebody
He's a virtuous man
at an actual church is like, hey, let's talk about Hank Hill. You know, I think that's great.
And the last line of the song, the last line of the article says, "People who do good not for recognition, but because they believe goodness is worth it, even when no one is watching." That's Hank Hill. That's the virtue of Hank Hill.
Well, we've heard that, you know, many times in our lives that good people do good things while nobody's watching, you know, and that's
which is true. And you know, I give Chip and Joanna a lot of shit because they don't really do anything out in the open, but I'm sure that in the grand scheme of things, there's probably things that there's some of their money probably
Michael
goes
says,
out.
I completely agree with the article. Also, I just watched the Manger Babies episode where Hank is God.
And that's the kind of reason why I want this religious guy to come on.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'll talk to him.
To ask him what he thinks about, you know, Hank's
mentioned Chip and Joanna and stuff. We've got them coming in next week.
For what?
For an interview.
For who?
For this podcast called How I Built This Podcast.
How in the fuck did they get them?
Which is a huge show on NPR.
It's a big show on NPR.
It's like 4.2 million per
How did
episode.
Are y'all doing this?
NPR reached out to us and said, hey, we want to do an interview with them. They're in your town. You're the only podcast studio. Can we get you to come in?
So they wanted to use y'all as like the medium in which to do the interview.
It's a big deal.
That is a big deal.
It's a big one for us.
That's big. To be affiliated with NPR is big. Especially
I've done some stuff with NPR before. I did some stuff for Lower Street, which
I applied for a job at the local PBS stuff like plenty of times.
KWBU?
Yeah.
You don't want a job over there.
I tried. It didn't work.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be involved at that time.
There's no money.
Life.
There's no anything over there.
Yeah.
There's nothing. But anyway, we got that's a big one coming up. We've got to get all of our carpet tiles replaced because we've got a stain on them. So our owner's really worried about getting the carpet tiles replaced.
Oh, these right here?
No, it's the ones up front. I'll show you.
Oh,
we drug a bag of trash through there, and now we've got like this snake trail on the floor.
Big stain,
But yeah, he's real worried about how it looks when they come in. But yeah, I think it's great. I'll talk to the guy in Oklahoma. I mean, I don't have any problem with that at all.
Yeah, I think it would be cool to have him on.
Well, guys, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you. Do appreciate it.
Listen to us ramble.
Don't forget about the outro there.
Sure will.
But we will see you again next time. Again, you guys are the reason we do this. We really appreciate you being here. I'm sorry there's no set schedule. Maybe in the future we can do that. But I think there's one thing left to say.
There is one thing left to say. We've been trying to reach you about your car's insurance. Not just kidding. Weematanye.
Weematanye, indeed.
And I've never done this before.
There it is. You got it.
I can feel it. If I lift my head up and swallow it, I mean, it's fine, but it's just weird.
All right, guys. Thank you so much again for being here. We really
thank y'all so much.
You.
We appreciate it.
thanks for listening to our opinions and all that stuff. And
come back and listen to us again.
Yep.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Bye, guys.
You'll
have to end it over there, just up at the top corner. Hit end. There we go. See y'all later.
There's a comic. I don't know.